Hey everybody, perfect timing. We are loaded and the rain just stopped. We are headed to Maryland. I think the boss wants me to stop at the yard. He has a computer code on the APU that he needs to clear with his computer. Let's go park over there. No, I don't want to. I don't know, do you think I got enough air in the chambers to be able to slide the tandems? We'll find out. I don't know. Maybe not. Bird poop. Let's give it a try. I think we did. I think we did. I think we did. Okay. Put that on neutral. With the tandem slid almost all the way to the front. We're at 28,000. We're on neutral. So Let's put that on park. Release our trailer brake. Wait for the air to build up back there. We should be about the 4th hole from the look of it. 1, 2, 3. We're at the 3rd hole. Let's see what our weight is. Or a 600 pounds, 650 even. So we're good to go. There's about 100 pounds difference between the readout and a cat scale. So it's about 100 pounds inaccurate, if I may say that. Right? 100 pounds inaccurate? Is that a word? Hear that click? Click. I don't want to trip my e-log just yet. Peace. Alright everybody, we are loaded and headed to the yard in Frederick, Maryland. This load is delivering to Costco in Monrovia, Maryland. But it doesn't deliver till tomorrow AM. So as I mentioned previously, the boss wants me to go to the yard so he can clear the codes on the APU. Time to wake up annoying Karen over here. Karen, wake up. Wake up, Karen. Hello. And I just had a truck wash yesterday. Oh, guess what, everybody? There was a yard jockey driver. The yard driver over here came and approached me, and before he approached me, he's going around, right? And I'm thinking to myself, man, this guy looks so familiar. Hold on. Hello.
Just put up so I can look at your seal and you're good to go.
Thank you.
No problem.
attractive young lady. She could use a little bit of a smile on the attractive face, though. No, it's not a requirement, so. Anyway, the yard jockey was going around the yard while I'm waiting to get loaded. And he finally approached me. He says, "Man, you look familiar. You used to drive for a while, right?" I said, "Yeah."
In 600 feet, turn right on Broadhead Road.
I said, "I knew you looked familiar." He said, "Yeah, man, I used to work in the office." I said, "Man, which floor did you work at the office?" Well, here it was just, yeah, they only have one floor. I'm thinking he worked for a while in the pier, but he worked for a while at Allentown yard, or drop yard. And I put the two and two pieces together, and I like, oh yeah, now I remember.
In 1 mile, turn left on Bath Pike, PA 512.
I even remember the name of, or I even remember his wife's or girlfriend's name or face. His girlfriend used to come and pick him up. What a small world, right? I forgot to get his name. Yeah, according to him, the manager that worked there, named Lisa, she retired. I think she was the only one holding that place together. According to him, as soon as Lisa left, the place was never been the same. Okay, so yesterday I had two brand new wiper blades put on. These are brand spanking new wiper blades. And as you can hear, they are squeaking. Maybe I have called it peep squeak. Whatever that means. There's an inside joke in my household. Now you have to understand, my son in the Philippines, his birth mother is different from my current wife. That being said, there's an inside joke in the household where everything that I have is theirs, everything that they have is theirs. I said, wait a minute, I thought it was 50-50. Nope. What's ours is ours, what's yours is all ours. So I politely...
In 900 feet, turn left on Bath Pike, PA 512.
So I politely informed my current wife. I said, congratulations, honey, we're going to be grandparents. And she politely said, you will be, I'm not. I said, wait a minute. I thought everything was mine is yours. Say, yeah, you didn't read the fine print. There's an exception clause in there somewhere. Oh boy. My wife and I are totally in opposite ends in certain things. She completely believes that once our children are 18, they need to go. She warned me about this, which is true, right? You know, 22-year-old child, well, 22-year-old adult has no business going around having sex and can't afford it. But I don't have the heart to say no. I mean, you know, as I mentioned earlier, what am I supposed to do? Say no? Say, that's your mistake. You deal with it. Is that? I mean, that's how she would do it. I just can't do it. Now, before you tell me she's heartless, you know,
Half mile. Take the entrance to the right on US 20 to west.
weak parents like me are not good either. As my son was telling me about the predicament he's in, every fiber of my being is shouting at me. Asked him, why didn't he use the condom? Why didn't he use any contraceptives? Why did he do this? He doesn't have a job. And a voice inside me says, what good will that do now? Right? What good will that do? I mean, it already happened. All that will just aggravate the situation. I don't think it's gonna help. By the way, in Filipino, lolo means grandfather, granddad, lolo. Lola is grandmother. Lola, lolo. And I am known in the Philippines as Juan. Rarely people call me John or Johnny.
In 500 feet, take the entrance to the right on US 20 to west.
So I am about to be known as Lolo Juan. Oh man. It's got a nice ring to it, but it's pretty scary. Oh, look at that dark cloud.
Continue on this road for 63 miles.
trucking for 31 years. I've never seen it this high. This is a new one to me. 31 years of trucking. Look at that. Let's just make it fun. Years of trucking. That is incredible. Whew. I know. Blame it on Trump and blame it on Putin. Never, never, ever blame it on Joe. Don't you ever blame it on Joe. Otherwise, Jorge's gonna have a heart attack. Jorge is the biggest Joe Biden supporter. Right, Jorge? For once, diesel is more expensive than DEF. That hasn't happened in a very, very long time. Usually DEF is more cheap, more expensive than diesel. But not today. Thank you, Uncle Joe. Oh, brother. Don't worry, Uncle Joe will fix it. He promised he will. Right, Uncle Joe? Uncle Joe and Nancy Pelosi. Auntie Nancy. I know. Blame it on Trump. Blame it on Putin. Joe can never get wrong. Blame it on Trump. What was that? $1,100, right? $1,100 on diesel. I wonder what the grand total is going to be. This is about 20 gallons right here. Look at that. $6.50. That is just incredible. And from what I heard, diesel is somewhat of a byproduct of making gasoline. So they make $4 or $5 on gasoline, plus they make another $6 on diesel on the same oil. That's crazy. Yeah, 20 gallons. I'm just glad I'm not an owner-operator right now. I can't imagine what those owner-operators are doing right now. I bet you they're falling off like flies. $130 for whatever that was. Thank you, Uncle Joe. Let's try this mariachi restaurant. Never been there before. Looks interesting. Chippin', dippin', and margarita sippin'. Sounds like a lot of fun. No.
You want to cook it?
Yes.
Alright, table for one.
Okay. Good looking place.
Is it alright?
Sure. What? I don't know what to order. I'm very hungry and I like a lot of meat. So, what do you recommend?
Well, I would recommend you to get fajita.
Okay.
Either beef fajita, the Tijuana platter, or the fajita trio. All they come with steak. They're really good.
We'll try that.
Which one do you want? Do you want just beef? Or you want Tijuana platter, which is beef and shrimp?
Surprise me. The one that's got a little bit of everything in it.
Everything alright? And how do you want the steak cooked?
Medium rare.
Medium red, okay. I'll be back in a second. And
What do you
want
have for
bacon?
drink?
So we have margaritas over here. I'll bring you water, chips, and salsa in a second. But do you want anything else to drink?
Sprite.
Sprite, right? I'll be back in a second.
All right, thank you. Oh, check this out. Yum, yum. Oh, this looks so amazing. Look at that. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Jiminy Cricket. I'm gonna need help. Catch you later. Peace. Yeah, unfortunately, as you can see, the place is really well maintained. Very nice, very clean. The service was very fast and friendly. The food was excellent. But a glass of Sprite is $4. That's a little bit hard to swallow, man. So, a steak fajita, what is it? Steak, shrimp, and chicken fajita with a glass of Sprite came out to $30. That's a little rich. A little bit hard to swallow. So, it's one of those things that it was good, but I don't think I'd want to come back. I mean, I wish I'd come back. I wish I could afford to come back, but that's just a little bit too rich. Good morning, everybody. John Ibicut here. Trying this David's Deli Blueberry with natural flavors. And I finally remembered to get the Philadelphia. What is it? Cream cheese or something? Alright, bon appetit, everyone. Peace. Hey, everybody. Johnny Be Good here. Greetings from Frederick, Maryland. Alright, I spent the night at the yard. And now it's time to deliver this load at Costco, which is about 10 miles away. Not too far. Our delivery is exactly 30 minutes, or no, 1 hour from now. So we've got 1 hour of cushion. That should be plenty of time. The current temperature is 68 degrees. Ooh, I'm in the wrong lane. Muscle memory has guided me to go west. I'm going east. So I know a lot of you guys out there have been wondering. Well, I've been reading a lot of the comments on which trailer to buy. I think I mentioned it on the video that I pleaded to my boss to go and pick up the Virginia trailer. And a lot of you up there have agreed that the Virginia trailer is, if I may use heavenly scent, or not scent, but paired, I suppose, right? Matching, made in heaven. So as I mentioned yesterday, the boss will try to pick it up on Thursday. And that's also exactly the day that I told Chilton, Wisconsin that that I would let him know by then whether I will choose that wooden trailer or not. So again, to reiterate, if the boss is not able to get the Virginia trailer, then I will go get the Chilton trailer, the wooden box one. I'm really hoping that the boss with Rich, everybody coordinating with each other, that we can go and get that Virginia trailer. Oh, there was something else I wanted to say and it just completely disappeared. Yeah, it's gone. I just had it a second ago and gone like a fart in the wind. Okay, so there's that. did mention that I did buy a sleeping bag, right? A really good quality, quite expensive, highly rated, but it was a mummy bag, sleeping bag. And oh boy, that was, talk about a mummy sleeping bag. It really makes you feel like you're a mummy. I sleep on my side, so that wouldn't have worked. And I know, I guarantee it wouldn't work. So I returned it. Look on Amazon for Big Agnes sleeping bag. It's highly rated to be the best sleeping bag there is right now. Boy, oh boy, it's like $400, and they're out of stock. I figured, you know, the mummy sleeping bag is good for a solo ADV rider, but since I am going to be pulling a motorcycle trailer, I don't need to buy the smallest, most expensive compact stuff. Of course, you know, you always got to be mindful of the weight, regardless if you have a motorcycle trailer or not. But it's not like Tim Collins ADV. Tim Collins is FTA. Look on YouTube for FTA Adventures or Tim Collins. He's I think he's the #1 guru when it comes to minimalist camping style. He's probably the #1 go-to channel that I go to for camping, motorcycle camping equipment. But he does it with his BMW GS. So he's got to keep it light. I don't need to do that. Oh, not as much. Not as you know, as bad as he does. Okay, Andre Padden is a little bit bent out of shape. He misunderstood about me sharing my thoughts and ideas about the motorcycle trailer. I am not asking anyone for money. I never mentioned anything about asking you guys for money for buying the motorcycle trailer. I just wanted to share my feelings, my thoughts, and my wishes and dreams, and get your opinion on it. I don't know why he is led to believe that idea that I was asking him for money. I was not. I am not. You know, somebody did mention that I should start a GoFundMe page, and my reply was, yeah, that doesn't always end well. In fact, it doesn't go well. All the complaining, the hate, the discontent, the insult that comes with GoFundMe page. It's crazy. It's just, as much as I try to shrug it off, you know, not to be hurtful about the comments. It hurts, man. I don't know. These guys that are, these guys that comment nasty words and nasty comments, they don't, I don't know, they don't think that people get hurt by their comments. They think we're made of stone and iron. And usually, you know what? The biggest complainers out there are not the one that never give in the first place. Which is weird, right? It's kind of like the service industry. Hotels, waiters, wait staff. The bigger the customer, the cheaper they tip. How many of you out there can testify to that? The richer they are, or what they seem to be, the cheaper they tip. Just like in the GoFundMe page, people never intend to give are the one that complains the most. So there's that. Honey Express. Somehow when I read the word honey, a raging bull is not the picture I'm thinking of. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's going to be a while before we get to the gate. There's about 8 to 10 trucks ahead of us right now. Alright, we're getting closer. Come a little closer. That was a commercial. I think it was a toothpaste. No. Juicy Fruit Gum, maybe? By the way, speaking of Juicy Fruit Gum, are they still around? I haven't seen a commercial by Juicy Fruit Gum. I don't know. They were really big in the 80s and 90s, I believe. I wonder how many tons and tons of Juicy Fruit Gum they have produced around the world. Oh, he's just gonna park there? Why not pull forward all the way, sir? I don't know. Okay. This is taking a little longer than usual. Hey, here we go. By the way, I was watching this YouTube video yesterday about a group of people in Ukraine bringing with them loads and loads of dog food. They're going around in the war zone city of Ukraine, Ukraine cities. And they are feeding the dogs that owners could not bring with them. And this one of the saddest pictures that I've seen over and over are dogs. Hello. Pictures of dogs that are outside the gate, waiting at the gate for their friends and owners to come back. They're just sitting there at the gate, waiting for somebody to open the gate. It was heartbreaking. But fortunately, there were nice people that are, going through war zones just to feed the dogs. It's incredible, isn't it? I mean, people like that going to war zones just to feed the dogs. And I would imagine cats as well. Type in on YouTube, Ukraine feeding dogs. That might come up. Is he broke down? Okay, open up. Oh, is there somebody there now?
Yeah, but you're still gonna head there. Just park right across from the dock. When he's done, cut your seal open and doors back right in.
Thank you. Come on, Mr. Stevens. Go straight, Mr. Stevens. Mr. Stevens, just go straight. Please. No. I made a comment yesterday of one of the YouTube videos. It is in my observation that the current government is in panic mode about losing the elections in November. So their priority right now is to make sure they don't lose the seats, they don't lose the elections. The news is about, they're worried about billionaire politicians losing their jobs and everybody's worried about losing the elections of, the parties. It's all about politics. Everybody's worried about being elected, instead of being worried about what the country is going through right now. It's really sickening, isn't it? And I'm talking about every party out there. It seems like the current situation around the world is focused on who gets elected, who loses the election. It's not about what they can do to fix it. Now tell me, who out there will disagree with that statement? I think Jorge would be the one to disagree. Love you, Jorge. 224. Where is 224? 224. Oh, what's going on here? These guys are probably waiting for the door right here. My door is way out there, so can't believe that the yard jockey cut right in front of that truck that close. That was rude. Keep it going. Come on, dude. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Come on. Alright, 224. Unfortunately, there's still somebody there. Yeah, 224 is still there. Oh man, look at that KW. I hate to do this, but just way too much traffic back there. My buzzer just went off. pretty. I think Road Tex is the one that got our door. He just released his brakes. The truck that's on door 224 just released his brakes. So oh, look at that. Look at that. Wow. Hey, there's Papa Bear. We'll be parking right next to Prime Inc. I think it would be best if we made a U-turn. Ugh, all this traffic. Now we just better seize the moment here. Traffic gets worst. I gotta go open the doors. Woohoo! That was what, a 16th of an inch? The wood is nice and cold. It will never spoil. I'm working on it, Buzzer. I'm working on it. All right.